This is the discussion of module 2 of the same chapter, seed germination and the dispersion. In this video, we will be discussing regarding the germination process, the process or mechanism of germination, and there is the test to prove the regarding the conditions that are necessary for seed germination. Up to this. About the germination, we can define germination. Germination is said the transformation or modification of seed into the plant, or we can say in another word, germination is it is the process of growing of plant from the seed. Mind it that in order to survive a seed requires some favorable conditions to grow into new plants. There are three different types of favorable conditions which are very necessary for germination of seed. That means a seed can grow into a plant if it gets these three favorable conditions, otherwise not. And the conditions are: number 1, water; number 2, air; and number 3 is warmth or temperature, we can say. The water, what is the role of water in germination? We know that the food in cotyledons is stored, but it is stored in dry condition. Hence, water play a pivotal role in order to dissolve the dry seed for embryo, so that embryo can easily get the dissolved food. This is the role of water in the process of germination. The second condition is air. It is also required for seed germination because it provides oxygen, and this oxygen in turn will provide energy for the seed in the process of germination. This is the role of air. The last condition is the temperature of the warmth. Try to pay your attention here. Around 25 or 30 degrees Celsius temperature. It is the ideal temperature for growing of plant from the seed, or we can say the process of germination. Only the sunlight provides the suitable temperature for the germination of seed, and the range of the suitable temperature is from 25 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. If there is too low or too high temperature, it can destroy the embryo. That means the germination process may be hampered due to high or low temperature. Therefore, we can say the ideal temperature or the suitable temperature for the seed germination is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Mind it. There is a very easy question. Can boiled gram seeds germinate? Answer is no. Now you have to think what are the reasons behind this. There are some characteristics regarding the process of germination, such as seed starts growing only when it will get all the right conditions. That means water, air, and the optimum temperature. And the process by which a plant grows from seed, it will be known as the process of germination. Clear? However, there is an exceptional case for seed germination, and the exceptional case is, try to focus your attention here, seed dormancy. Seed dormancy. The seed dormancy is the period of seed sleeping. This is the period of sleeping of seed. Seed dormancy is the period of time of sleep for a seed. During this time or seed dormancy, a seed will never grow into plant. This is the exceptional case. The reason is, in this period of time, the seeds need to sleep. But after such dormancy period is over, the seed will automatically grow into newer plant if it gets all the optimum conditions, such as water, air, and the optimum temperature. I hope the term seed dormancy is clear. Seed dormancy is against of seed germination. The reason is, seed generally sleeps in that period of time. That's why the seed will not take part in the process of germination for this particular time of period. In order to prove that the conditions are very necessary for the process of germination, there is a test we can easily perform, or we can easily prove. This is the test, and the aim of test is to prove or study the conditions necessary for seed germinations. What are the materials required for doing the same test? The materials are: number 1, beaker, water, 3 bean seeds, and the glass slide. This one is the glass slide, this one is the beaker, there is the water, and there are 3 seeds. Clear? These are the materials we need to prove or to study the conditions necessary for seed germination. Now what is the procedure? We have to first fill this beaker with water by 3/4 part of the beaker. Thereafter we need to take a glass slide and we have to tie 3 seeds over it. After that, we have to keep this glass slide in the water container beaker in such a way so that one seed is completely, look over here, one seed is completely immersed in the water, the another seed is halfly immersed in the water, and the third one will be above the water or will be in the air. This is the condition, clear, of the seeds. Now observation. Keeping all these seeds in the glass in this way or in such a manner, we have to wait for few days. And after that, we will observe that germination will be taken place only in the middle seed. This one, middle seed. This is the fully immersed seed, and this is the seed present in air. Clear? There is no water. There is no contact of water to this topmost seed. After few days, we will observe that the germination will be taken place only in the middle seed. This one. What are the reasons? Reasons are because this middle seed gets all kind of favorable conditions in order to complete germination. For example, air, water, and the optimum temperature. But the remaining 2 seeds, this one fully immersed in water and the seed present in air, they are not getting all 3 conditions for germination. For the case of this fully immersed seed in water, this seed gets only or is getting only the water, but it is dividing of getting air and the optimum temperature. For the case of the last one, topmost seed placed in the glass slide, it is getting only the air and the sunlight, but it is not getting the water. That's why these two seeds will not be germinated. The reasons are they are not getting all the optimum or favorable conditions. Therefore, we can give the inference that germination only takes place in the seed which is half immersed in the beaker, because it gets all three conditions such as air, water and the temperature for its growth. I hope the test is very much clear to all of you. We can easily prove all these three conditions which are very necessary for the case of germination for the seed. Clear? This is the test. Now we will try to understand the process or mechanism of germination. This is the diagram of the germination from the seed to the plant. This is the seed, and after getting all the kind of favorable conditions, the seed will modify itself into embryo, and embryo we know is composed of two things. Number one, plumule, and another one is the radicle. This radical part will become or converted into the root. Clear? And the plumule will transform into the body plant of the seedling. Thereafter, there will be the formation of the cotyledons, and cotyledons will fall off, and there will be the formation or the growing of the newer plant. This one. We know that seed receives the water, adequate water from the soil, and after getting or after acquisition of water in the seed will swells up. This will lead the bursting out of the seed coat, bursting out of the seed coat, and it will give the new baby plant, and this new baby plant will be known as the seedling. Now, inside the seed, the developing embryo gets its food from the cotyledons. Inside the seed, when the seed will receive the water, this seed will develop embryo, and this embryo will get its own food from the cotyledons. This is the cotyledon. Now pay your attention over here. The baby plants first develop its root from the radicle. This one radicle, and this is the plumule. Clear? So from the radicle we will get the root. The mnemonic word is R for root, and plumule, for the case of plumule, P is plant. In this way, we can easily remember. Radicle and the plumule are the two parts of embryo. Radical part R will modify into root, and plumule P will modify into plant. The root, we can say that a root that will grows down into the earth or into the soil. Radical part grows down into the soil, but the plumule part will grow upward towards the sunlight. Clear? This one, plumule, plant, and this plumule will grow into the newer plant after falling off the cotyledons. And as the baby plant grows, it starts developing small green leaves inside the seed. These are the small leaves. And the shoot is tightened out and pushes the cotyledons above the ground. And shoot will help to straight out and push the cotyledons above the ground. And gradually the shoot elongates to form a proper stem. From shoot we will get stem. Clear? Remind it. Shoot elongates to form a proper stem, and its leaves unfold eventually falling of the cotyledons. Therefore, we can say in another word that when shoot will transform into a stem, its leaves will unfold and eventually there will be the falling of cotyledons. What is the reason of falling of the cotyledons? Because the mature plants uses all the foods that was stored in the cotyledons. That's why the cotyledons will shrink and disappear from the stem. Reason is the consumption of the cotyledons by the baby plant. This was the brief discussion regarding the germination process or mechanism and the test to prove the condition necessary for seed germinations. Thanks for watching.